Hi, I'm Scott Mueller of Mueller Memorial and author of the best-selling book, What to Know Before You Go. And I'm here to answer one of the biggest questions that I get asked as a funeral director, and that is, what does a funeral cost? So I'm going to go through it with you. This is my little handmade board, but it's going to be very accurate, and I'll provide you with a lot of detail on it. But because everybody's tastes are a little bit different, we're not able to get a true, complete estimate, but I'm going to give you the numbers nonetheless, and we'll do very well. So, funeral costs are divided into a couple of different categories. And so the first category is really the charge for the funeral home itself. And so they're going to charge you for the use of the funeral home, the staffing, their licensed work, all that type of thing. And in a full, complete service, it's going to involve the facilities, the embalming, the preparation of the body, and all transportation, which means removal from the place of death, the hearse for the day of the service, all of that type of thing. And at our funeral home, that number comes in at $63.50. Next thing that has to be selected by somebody is a casket. Now, caskets range in price at our funeral home from $690 to $3,900. Now, the truth is, and this is a secret that no other funeral director will tell you, that all caskets do the same thing. The least expensive does the same thing as the most expensive. So really what it comes down to for people is, hey, what do I like and what can I afford? And that's really what it comes down to. So you'll never have me trying to shame anybody into buying something more than they need to, because they all do the same thing. But there's a lot of variability in it. So they range in price from $690 to $3,900. Now, we can get really ridiculous with this, and that price can go up to stupid amounts, but these are the realistic numbers. Last thing that's on here is a vault, or the OBC. Now, the OBC is called an outer burial container. If you see it on a price list, it has to be listed as that. And I put an asterisk here because it says if required. Now, a lot of people think that a vault is required by the state. It is not. It's required only by the cemetery. And the reason why they do that is to make sure that the ground will not collapse over time. So a casket is not strong enough to withstand the dynamic load above it, and so it will collapse, creates a maintenance problem. So they require a vault or an outside burial container. Now, they start at $1,090, and they go to ridiculous, which is about $3,800. The truth is, this is probably what you're going to be more influenced by what it looks like. You're going to be more influenced by what it does. You're really going to want the function of it. And so some people just want to satisfy the cemetery's requirement. Other people want to have something that is sealed against the entrance of air and water, and it's your choice. Neither is better than the other. It's really up to you. So the total, if we really get down to it, comes to $8,130 to $11,750. However, that's not the whole story. So a lot of funeral directors really won't share this information with you. It's not like they're keeping it secret, but it isn't really a fair look at everything, because there are some other costs that are involved in this. And these things are called cash advances, or pass-through items. These are things that are associated with a funeral, but they're not part of our charges. And so we usually take care of them as a convenience to you, and we add it onto the funeral bill. It's not marked up or anything like that. So certificates and permits, typically not a big number, but about $70 there. The cemetery, we assume that you already own the property. But even if you own the grave, that doesn't mean that it pays for the opening and closing of the grave. So to open and close the grave right now is about $1,300. And that is the same whether it's in the winter or the summer. As you know, we have some issues in the winter. The obituary is a number that can really get expensive, because the newspaper is really charging quite a bit for that. So that number right now averages about $450. However, we can help you lessen this amount, because our website is so robust. We've got obituary features on there. We've got ways to share it on Facebook. And we've got all sorts of ways to index it so that Google would be able to pick up this information. So many times we can save you money on this amount simply by using our website, which is free to the people who choose us. Flowers, anywhere between $150 to $400. Truth is that the old days of having the biggest bouquet and all that type of thing, they're really gone. Now, we kind of encourage people to go less is more. Then if there's a church or a clergy member involved, there's usually a stipend or a fee to them or to the church or a combination of the two. So typically, that can go between $150 and $500. So bringing the total of this to about $2,200. That's not exact math, but give or take, depending on which of these items that you need. You add that to the first number, and that's what gives you a really accurate number. Now, if you want a better estimate than that, and one that's made for the choices that you want to do, please call us at 651-774-9797. We'll be happy to send you a general price list, to meet with you in person to get an estimate, or to give you a copy of my best-selling book, What to Know Before You Go. Thanks for watching.